Yo, episode 3 of Trending Down. Honestly, still just in awe of all the support that we're getting. It's myself, Ethersole. We got Bender on the mic and a special guest today. So, Bender, why don't you introduce who we got?
So we've got the man, the myth, the legend, one of the only people I've ever seen on anything official from the Bored Ape community. And I think the rule was just don't throw this man off the yacht. And that would be TropoFarmer. So we're here with TropoFarmer.
Give it up.
Hello.
How you doing?
I was just thinking about that today. I think that was kind of cool. Having that acknowledgement. But I was thinking I was just thinking hey, what how has BAYC acknowledged community members? And it got me thinking of how do other projects do that? And it's just something that I would like to see more of, But yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
I think you're the only one I've ever seen of anybody. I remember whenever that happened, what was a year and a half ago or something.
It's October, yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, this man's in the official rules.
I mean, the rules.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're basically on the team.
Yeah.
But I don't get paid though. That's the only problem.
There you go. See, we gotta work that in. Worst. Maybe a little ApeCoin DAO proposal that we can drum up.
yeah.
That would be awesome, actually.
I think if I actually was thrown overboard and I died, I think my family would get taken care of. So I think it would have been okay.
You guys would at least
get.
At least. Oh yeah, at least one of the primary plots in the other side for sure.
And it's just a gravestone.
Yeah, exactly.
We're starting off real dark.
I know. Let's actually get just insanely more dark with the market right now. I just got to come out and say it because this is what it is. We might be the counter to Up Only Curse, the podcast Up Only. For those who don't know, they release episodes and it just been basically down only. And so that's kind of what played into our name. And I'm not the one to say it, but I'm actually the one to say it since I'm talking right now. We've been kind of up only since Trending Down came out.
It's episode 3, and it looks pretty good for the market right now. I'm not going to say it's me. I'm going to say it's all 3 of us today.
Oh, it's absolutely all 3 of us.
Yeah, no doubt. Because it started after we agreed to do this. It was a couple days ago. So for sure, we combined have had a very positive effect on the market.
I think the second you agreed, we not only hit a nice little uptrend, but apparently the Saudis are buying. So, up only.
I'm actually not joking. I mapped the time that Tropo said yes, and it kicked off a little run.
Okay, so if what we're talking about here is correct, which I can confirm it is, we might have a petition for a new member.
Tropo said yes at 9:43 for ETH. We're at 12:50 today. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa, really?
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no, I swear to God, I'm looking at it right now.
Wow.
9:43. Dude, we're gonna be margin long
increase.
Yeah. That's a margin long right there. That's the best signal in the game, maybe.
I didn't even give you time to buy any either. I think I said yes the second I saw it.
Yeah, so I had no time.
I appreciate the heads up, Bender. I knew we got the confirmation, but I didn't know the exact time. I would have definitely aped 125x long on ETH.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. Speaking of longing and going insolvent these days, which seems to be the theme, we can't move on and know more about Tropo. We'll get there, but Celsius drama, basically. I don't know if you guys know. Well, everyone knows, but Celsius, insolvent, was loaning out user funds to Yield Farm. Basically, we had a complaint dropped from, I don't know, I guess a prominent Twitter figure. 0x1b is a Twitter account.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely within Apes, very prominent.
Yeah, right? He has the Mega Mutants.
Yeah. The best, some say the best Mega Mutant.
It's arguably.
Does he even...
He has 2, right?
Does he even have it anymore? Are they his?
That is the question. Right? So I mean, crazy enough, he comes out, he doxes himself, and basically like drops this whole complaint, legal complaint to the Supreme Court in New York, saying, just outlining everything. And the gist of this is like they had a handshake deal with Celsius to yield farm back in the DeFi like summer craze and take user funds and hop into all these super degen yield farms that had like, crazy APYs and stuff. And basically came out and said like they not only owe him money from all that farming, but that, it was on them for not hedging these positions and all that stuff. But like, nonetheless, wild stuff coming out.
Yeah, I'm like just smart enough to understand what's happening. I'm not a DeFi person at all, but my understanding is that it's a pretty big thing.
Absolutely. So I mean, just to break it down just real quick, it's basically like, we all know.
Down to me, please.
I will. Celsius is his app where users were basically like, all right, you can get 8% on your USD. And so it was like, why would I keep my money in my bank account when I'll just throw in this app and I'll earn 8% and I get paid every Monday. And so on the back end, they were taking those user funds and aping into what's like called yield farms. And that's basically like, in the degen world, we all know what I'm talking about, but it's when someone releases a coin, they'll pair this coin with Ethereum, and they'll basically pay an absurd amount of said coin to you in emissions. And there was just this period of time in like 2020, 2021 that was DeFi summer, and it was just nonstop. Well, apparently they teamed up with 0x1B and had a handshake deal. And we were like, yeah, we'll figure out the details later. But started sending them hundreds of millions of dollars, eventually billions, to ape into these like super, super, super risky yield farms where, they were making hand over fist. But the problem is all these users deposited ETH. And most of these farms, like, yeah, they were making good money in USD terms, but they weren't outpacing ETH price. And so what happened was basically users wanted their money back when ETH was like, close to 5K. They didn't have the ETH. They had a bunch of USDC from, farming, and like they used that to pay out users their yield, their 8% on their USD or whatever. But then they ended up having to buy a bunch of Ethereum at the top to try and make up for these deposits. And it was just a cycle of like, they would raise rates to try and get new funds into the system, and then pay out old users, which is like the definition of a Ponzi. So wild stuff.
A Ponzi to me.
100%. And here's the crazy part. I think that we can all relate on is basically the CEO of Celsius in this report. It's saying that he was eventually just aping into NFTs and like transferring them to like his wife and, I guess their friends or whatever it is. But it was wild. They were just reckless with funds. So, back to the Mega Mutants, like who knows whose those really are.
Right. That's in that wallet, correct? The OXB1 wallet that's controlled by the Celsius CEO.
Yeah, I think the wallet's, still under their full control according to, everything that's coming out. And so, it comes to the question, like, are they going to have to fire sale these Mega Mutants? And like, when's the last time, have we ever had a Mega Mutant sale?
I don't think so.
Right?
I don't think any of them have changed. Just
outside
a serum, not the mutant.
Yeah, just a serum, right? That would be wild.
The weird part is this came out in 2021. That's when they wanted to terminate their relationship with Celsius, was like the middle of last year.
Right.
So the fact that this kind of stayed under wraps for well over a year is wild to me too.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're finally going under, and so he's out a bunch of money, but
he's probably like, there's no chance now I'm getting this back.
Right. So he sees everything that's going on, and I guess they're trying to like low key blame 0x1B's firm to saying like, oh, they were reckless with our funds and stuff. So he's bringing out this lawsuit kind of deal to maybe salvage something, but it's just crazy. It's crazy world.
So bullish or bearish for us as the consumer here?
Okay, so if I had to say, Celsius did recently pay off like their on-chain loans, and I've been reading stuff that's basically saying like most of their forced selling is probably on the tail end. So low-key bullish.
I'll take it. That's all I needed.
With a question mark at the end?
That's fine. That's better than bearish with a question mark or exclamation.
Right. So, anyways, Tropo, how we doing, brother?
How did this work with the Mega Mune then? Because then didn't they buy it, right?
Yeah, for 800 ETH.
They bought the serum, right? So like, how is that account, repping the mutant when this agreement terminated or was requested to be terminated prior to that sale, right?
I think that's another funny part is that people have immediately been chiming in right when he posted that. Well, you should probably change your PFP.
Ouch.
You gotta change your PFP, man. I don't make the rules.
It's not yours, man. I don't make the rules.
So two things here. The Mega Mutant, the Demon, was transferred 10 days ago to a different wallet.
Oh. Really?
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I was actually curious when you guys started talking about that. But I wonder if this is why they were shopping that mutant so heavily on Twitter.
Yep. And that's funny because I was fully being like, nah, dude, that's just a publicity stunt. But they may have needed that ETH.
Needed the money.
That's crazy.
The other part that's kind of wild is, I'm not as well versed in this as you are by any means. I got a few pushes today that taught me about this, but ZeroXB1 said that Celsius shared the private keys to the addresses with them.
All right.
So like customer funds are being moved into these wallets. They're just like handing private keys out to this firm to deal with.
That? Yeah.
That feels bad.
Transferred? It was like just a DM.
Right? A DM on Twitter.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It was one of those, okay, I'll paste it, you copy it, and then I'll delete it. 100%.
Yeah, and then copy and paste something again to make sure your clipboard is
clear the clipboard. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Billions of user funds at risk.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I think it just goes back to the old saying of like, self-custody is just super important. You got to learn it. If you want to be in the game, you just have to learn it.
Yeah, but then you don't get those gains.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? Celsius was behind the big UST collapse too, right? Not behind, but they were a big victim of it. Or am I wrong? Weren't they taking USDC from players and saying, "Hey, we'll give you like a yield of 20% on that by putting it into the Loon ecosystem"?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were in on it, but like a lot of this is still contagion from 3AC going bankrupt. I know in episode 1 we touch on that, the whole 3AC saga, so we won't go too deep. But 3AC finally went bankrupt, declared bankruptcy this week. But the fallout from them, all these lenders were just lending them money at like face value. So like, the gens are out here on chain, like borrowing money responsibly, quote unquote, from Ov and like Compound and all these like DeFi platforms where you have to post more collateral than the loan's actually worth. Well, these guys are just going to Celsius and, Voyager, who also went bankrupt this week. Shout out. And just being like, hey, give us the money. We're good for it. And essentially, like, imagine if you had a portfolio or whatever, and you're like, yeah, that's my collateral. But then you got loans from 10 people and you promised you're that collateral, quote unquote, to all 10 people. Like, there's not enough to go around. So I think Celsius just really caught up in that among this new sort of drama that's unfolding.
Dude, what a shit show.
Insane. Kind of an embarrassment.
What about the $50 million yacht that old boy had?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, maybe we can trade a Mega Mutant for it or something.
What do you think that mutant would sell for?
That's a good question.
All things considered, the state of Celsius, this information that's come out. I think,
man,
it's just 2,000 ETH out of the question.
I think
I feel like no.
Ballpark. I mean, what do we have today? We had a 700?
It's like an alien equivalent, more or less, right?
We had a 700 gold ape sale, 700 ETH gold ape sale today.
670s,
right?
Yeah.
So I don't think 2,000 is out of the question.
And plot twist, it's a mutant though. If it was a bored ape, like a mega ape,
yeah,
I think 2,000 would be like an easy deal.
Yeah.
You know what's insane to me about all that is how crazy the prices are on mega codas.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my god, yeah. And we like created those as a community. We decided those pricings were going to be that way.
Dude, they're like 250 ETH, like off the bat. They've like really never been, I mean, I think it was like 100 for a little bit, but whatever. Like it got to 250 and now it just like chills there, which is like a grail ape.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just don't know what it's going to do. They have no idea. So it's like, let's hang on to this, just in case. And once we get a little understanding of what this might do, what the potential might be, then we'll maybe decide to list it a little bit lower.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the whole Coda thing and Otherside and all that is just wild. I can't wait to see it all unfold personally.
I think those were my most degen moment in the last year. Because I'm in that group. Yeah, I'm in that group of people that are like, those megas need to be worth more because I played the degen side of that really heavy.
Like, explain.
Okay, so you know a little bit about this. Tropo, you're about to learn the vast that my degeneracy spans to.
Oh boy. Buckle up, Tropo.
Man, so this Otherside stuff dropped and I disappeared for like 2 days. I don't think I sent a single tweet. I was off Discord because I was up all night working with...
How are you doing?
I was working with somebody else, and we made our own like NFT nerds rarity calculator just for the Otherside to map the codas before other people could. So we spent that entire night buying a bunch of these codas and kind of hoping they would detach from the plots. And then the degen side was like, you sit back and you're like, all right, I spent all this ETH, and what if that math was wrong? Like, what if that rarity that's like, rarity 70 is actually like 7,000? It was bad. So like, it was like...
How'd it turn out?
Good. The rarities were off by like 4 or 5 ranks, so not bad. Yeah. It worked out really well. There was a moment where my boy DMs me after we worked on this thing for like, 8 hours overnight, and he was like, we fucked up. It's like, we fucked up real bad. And I was like, no, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, no, that's not ideal.
No.
At least you didn't sell an Otherside plot that had a code on it priced at the floor of non-coda plots.
Yeah.
Like I did.
That hurts.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. That'll sting.
They gotta make those thumbnails bigger. I DM'd them like, listen, you gotta like, I said, you gotta, when you list below floor, there's a warning. Mm-hmm. What about when you list below trait floor? There should be a warning.
Right. And so wait, was this post reveal?
Yes.
Okay. And it was like, I just can't see the little guy.
Bro, it was like so small. It was like I did the mass listing on Luxray to get the rewards, and it was like so teeny. And I was probably stoned and like, I don't know.
Right?
It's hard to see. You need like you gotta just be very careful when listing your other side, because even like a resource or an artifact, like that shit's even smaller.
Yeah, man.
Like
you're doing that mass listing.
All that, like even the mint and everything, like I just played that so horribly now that I look back on it, because even though, you wanted a coda on all of your Otherside lands. So I guess for the people that don't know, there was a mint for Bored Ape community for the Otherside lands. You should probably know by now, by the way. But anyway, and it was just a while, like basically Bored Apes like topped back then, and ETH was still super, super high. So my portfolio was just like looking super nice. But then everyone waited for the reveal to see like, oh, maybe I get this coda. Because out of the 100,000 lands, there's only, what was it, 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 codas. So...
And we don't know what the hell these things do. We just know that there's a subset of them and that they're characters and therefore will be more valuable.
Yep. And so like, everyone was holding out for that. And, I think and then if you own an ape, you get airdropped a land, which means you're kind of given one. And then mutants, same thing. But my ape,
a claim,
the ape land pre-reveal was going for like 40 to 50 ETH.
It was high, yeah.
And I mean, you know, I personally didn't roll a coda on any of my lands. I think I had like
Really?
5. Yeah, didn't get a single one. So that was super dope.
I hit like 3 out of 8, I think.
No way. Dude.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
insider confirmed.
Dude. Yeah.
On the roadmap, on the rules, gets the codas.
It's the 3 of 8, bro. That's wild.
Yeah,
That's good. Were
I
any of
also
them
hit
mega?
0.
Yikes.
Were any of those mega codas?
No, they were not.
And the megas are just a subset of 100, right?
Yeah, it's the final 100 tokens, and they're just like they have like, think about what's a good analogy? They have their own design, and then I think those aspects of those designs are incorporated into the generation of the other ones.
Got it. So they're basically like super unique, and that's why they're just going for so much right now. But again, we don't even know really what they do yet.
Nobody knows. Yeah,
Right.
they're kind of like the mega mutants of codas, but with a little, 10 times, 9 times the supply.
What do
but
we think?
Similar.
Like, what do we think they could do? I mean, like, I know you could always sleuth on Twitter for some threads, but like, is there any speculation there we can kind of chat about right now?
I don't really like hang in the Otherside Discord a whole lot. I'm just like
Yeah.
BAYC and just stay in general.
Yep.
So I'm not like up on all the theories, but I really haven't seen a lot of speculation about what codas do. I think people expect, and I presume this will be the case, is you can like detach them as like a separate NFT. And that's my guess with how like resources will work as well in artifacts. But as far as like what their purpose is, I don't know. Like, what's the purpose of Otherside? Like, we haven't gotten really any insight into like the actual mechanics of any and what the fuck this thing does, even though people are holding these assets that it's like you've got your plot, your deed, and it's like what, 3 ETH?
Yep.
What's the floor? 3.5, like, so like 40 grand.
Right.
You could buy every console and every good game released on them for that amount of money.
Right.
But
I mean, the meta,
and nobody knows
like
what the fuck they do.
I know, it's crazy how much of a premium these metaverse assets get, like, before anything is revealed, and then you kind of pray it lives up to the hype. So
Dude, that's why this demo was so important.
Yeah, let's get into that for sure. So
they had not a demo, they had the load test, the stress test.
Right.
Really.
Yep. That was kind of our first look at what the engine can do. Like, basically, the other side is going to be this
experience
metaverse
with it.
Yep. It's going to be this metaverse for everyone. It seems like this world. But anyone who holds an Otherside deed was able to get into this sort of like initial stress test.
Other deed, sir.
Other deed. Yeah.
Sir, they're called other deed.
Yeah. So Bender, I'm going to leave now. So take it over.
It's been real, man. It's nice knowing you.
Yeah. See you
I
guys.
always knew you drugged me.
So you got access to the test.
And what was it? 2,500 people showed up.
I think I saw some posts up by the CEO. I think he said there was like 15,000, but I think on that instance or something, like, it seems like he said something about 15,000 concurrent
Connections,
users.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I was let's just say this. I was impressed with how it all went. First off, I didn't expect it to be like a browser game. I didn't do a ton of research before, but
I didn't either.
that loaded
that's a
so
good point.
smoothly. I expected to download a client like, you do for all these other games, install the software.
Well,
whatever,
yeah.
and
But granted, there were like so few assets in that thing.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah. yeah.
And there's like one asset, and it was just the character.
yeah. Let's be real here. Like, it was a blank world. So like,
it was like, as far as like a game goes, it was like complete shit.
Yeah,
but,
everyone
like,
could run,
That's
jump.
not the point.
Yeah, everyone could run, jump, chat,
Double
That was,
jump.
like,
You could
double
jump.
jump. Can't forget about that. A little sprint.
I didn't know you could double jump. We could
did
double
you?
jump.
Really?
No.
Wait, bro.
Yikes. I think isn't there
Should
another
we take a
stress
moment
test
of
tomorrow?
Yeah, the 9th. Something's happened on the 9th.
Yeah, the 9th.
Yeah, 9th. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was like very bare bones, right? Intentionally, like they literally just, it was a stress test.
Yep.
You go in there, like the UI was very basic. It looked a lot like Riverside FM. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, but with the sidebar on the left.
Yeah.
And it had like 2 tabs. It was like worlds and like your collection, and that showed your tokens that were like compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was like larva dudes, which is so weird.
Really? I didn't have that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't have that either.
Yeah.
I just had my like lands, but that's all I had in that wallet. So
Yeah, it showed like, it showed the mutants that you owned in your wallet, the other deeds, the apes, and then like larva dudes were like if you had a
No
larva dude in your
way.
wallet, it showed up for whatever the fuck reason.
like a Meebit or like a
What?
punk.
No, the doodle derivative of larva lads.
What?
It's just such an obscure project.
That
Is
is
that-
so random.
Okay, so that's why there were what is
I think
this?
there's
There were 10
little
sales in the last month. There's 122 once the demo started.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
It just
Wow.
showed
See,
up. But, like-
insider fucking confirmed.
No, but I don't know why that one. Like you couldn't actually select it. It was just
Yeah.
like
Could you select anything?
no. You could set your like name and your
You could add an image, right? Yeah.
your avatar.
Mhm.
But like there will be the option, and that's what that screen was, to like select compatible NFTs to use as your in-game avatar.
Right. Yeah. And I mean,
So I think that's where the SDK comes in. Like
Yeah.
that's why they say this is like an open experience. Like I'm thinking, the SDK is built around not only creating assets for the game, but also like utilizing your NFTs as your character.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, so then all NFTs could essentially be like sort of into the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had some interesting verbiage too. When I think you changed your name, it said like that your name will be used across the worlds.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It
Yeah.
was
So
like
it's
a plural.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think, the other side is a world. Like, and it kind of, in a way, like diminishes it for me, which is weird. But like, obviously this stuff should be scalable. So like, there's no reason why there couldn't be, another project utilizing this technology and then allowing you to put in, your ape into that experience. Right.
So what do you think in that worlds means? Do you think worlds means that other side is like one giant world, or is it like maybe verbiage for different servers like Oceania?
No, I think other side is
Euro?
like an instance of a metaverse.
Interesting. And so there could
And that's
be
what
like
a world is.
a doodle world too.
You could have a doodle world, but you could use your ape in it, right? Because they're compatible
Right.
with this technology's SDKs, which other side is like, leading the charge on utilizing.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see how that all plays out, because then the sort of land becomes a lot less scarce if
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like then it would
And
just
then
be
the
more
avatars
activity.
become. Yeah, I don't. That's a good thought. I don't like to think about it that way. It makes my other side seem less special.
Right? It's like but it is about the assets, right? And so that
It's
would
like,
make those way more scarce and valuable of like, oh, I own, I have a doodle or whatever, a Bored Ape, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
We've also got
the
another
actual-
100,000 coming out too in
Yeah,
September.
that's true. There's
Yeah.
another
Surprise.
100,000 plus deeds.
Yeah.
What do you think like the actual experience is going to be? Because right now in the stress test, it's a blank environment with like some shading and like some 3D, some very simple 3D objects, but you don't do anything.
Right. Yeah.
And
that's
talking
like-
about the thing on the 16th, the first trip, quote unquote.
Yeah, well, just like even that,
Even
or
past
even like
that.
Otherside in general, like
Yeah.
what is it?
I've got my like extreme bounds set up for expectations, and I think it will be like the worst end is like a chat simulator, like it's called a VR chat or something.
Mhm.
And on
Like
the best
PlayStation
end,
Home.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then on the best end, I'm thinking maybe, like I'm hoping for, and I know I will not get this, but like some large scale resource gathering, some sort of like combat, action-y kind of open world game.
Yeah.
And I think
Like-
that's a little too hopeful.
I think
Yeah.
that's too hopeful for now. That's like
I
that's
agree.
like a couple years from now.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking too, but I'm trying to keep my expectations low and my hopes high.
I mean, shoot, I'm stuck. I was shocked at what they already have. Like when they kind of like, first sort of brought up like the game and the other side and stuff, I was like, okay, this sounds amazing. I'm expecting this to be a 3-year, 4-year time horizon. But here we are less than 10 days from the first sort of experience.
Yeah. But
So-
I think even like as significant as this technical test was,
Mm-hmm.
and it was, like if this would have failed, it would have been bad for everybody, right? Like
Yep.
it was a proof of concept, right? And it was like a good one, and people were like, okay, this shit works. But what happens on the 16th and afterwards is really going to, like, to me, tell the story of the value of other deeds, the value of Kodos, the value of Yuga Labs, a company, the value of Web3 gaming, like native Web3 gaming. Like, I think it's extremely significant.
Oh, I fully agree. I think this is like, I mean, Yuga's been the leader, right? And I feel like they'll remain that until someone like comes out of left field with something crazy. But they've been the leader. They've
Blow it
proven that, right?
Gordon told me some shit at 8fest that I can never repeat.
Are you serious right now?
No, I'm not.
I was like, bro, insider confirmed.
Knock, knock, knock. Gordon's at the door. He's like, Tropo, come with me.
Yeah.
And we never see him again.
Sorry.
That's-
what were you saying?
How was April for you, by the way?
It was. I've got like social anxiety, so like just being in New York was like, not difficult. Like I can deal with it, but like, I wasn't comfortable, I should say.
Right.
For example, I didn't masturbate. I didn't have that enough comfort, relaxed enough.
That's all Ethersole told me about, was just what he was doing at like midnight in his hotel.
Bro, you were supposed to tell no one.
My
Cancel.
bad.
I thought about it like, why haven't I done this? This is a perfect opportunity. I got my hotel room. I got my New York Dirty magazines, but it didn't. I think just because there's like a discomfort, but like once I actually like got down there to like Ape Fest, and just like walked in and just like chatted like with the first after talking with like the first ape, meeting the first ape, it's like, all right, like, yeah, we're good, we're good now, like,
yeah.
that's what I'm here for, that's what this is about. And it really, for that, like, there could have been no stage and I would have had still a great time. It just, you just want to go there and meet people and chat and just strengthen these relationships.
Absolutely. They knocked it out of the park. Did you go all 4 days?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really good, man. Well run. Ticketing was like super smooth. Like after last year with like the insane lines, it's like very, very nice that was not an issue. Like from the experience of people that got to go, it was great. The only thing that sucks is that, not everybody got to go. And that's why I hope that they remedy next year and expand Ape Fest to be like truly a fest. And and something that anybody can attend if they want to, if they have the money to, and they are able to. But like, and apes, mutants, Bored Apes and mutants, they get in, free. They're VIP. They still get free drinks, free food, premium seating, all that other shit. And you can still go if you're not an ape holder, and you can do it all 3 days or all 4 days.
I mean, I'm totally there with you. I think Bender and I talked on this last episode when it's like a little recap of Ape Fest and NFT NYC, but it's the natural next steps, right? And I think even this was my kind of takeaway off the merch, where it said it wasn't about Bored Apes, Mutant Apes. It was just Ape Fest.
Ape Fest, yeah.
And like that kind of sets it up where
Ape Fest merch,
yeah. Like anyone,
dude, I didn't think about this. You're blowing my mind right now.
Anyone could wear that. Yeah. Like they went to the fest. Like you rock, Coachella gear, whatever festivals you go to, right? Like you get a shirt or whatever. Like that is how you start this branding outside, because everyone's like, oh, who's gonna wear ape gear, whatever. Like, no, like you go to a festival, you're gonna rock a sweatshirt. So I think that's definitely the next step, because you want to go with more than sometimes just a plus one. You want to go with a group and you want enjoy.
You want to bring people that aren't in the club, but like you still want them to benefit from what's happening.
Right. It's a special moment. And but back to so you were at the first one though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to make it to that. I think everyone has that viral video of the line, but so it was just like night and day, you would say, first to second.
Night and day in terms of like, the experience before the actual event, for sure.
Yep.
Literally getting through the door, like that event was way better, or that experience was way better. But event wise, like it was still, last year was polished and professional. This year was even more so. I guess it was better, but like both years were great as far as like the actual event execution went.
I mean, I could even see them not basing it around like these, these sort of NFT events too, right? Like they're big enough to do their thing.
Gordon was like, should we like decouple? Should we like go somewhere else? I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, like you should do that. And I was like, yeah, the only thing that sucked is like not everybody could get in.
Yep.
And he's like, we should do it in like Vegas or Miami, and just have a festival, like exactly what we're talking about. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's what it should be. So
I think this was the first year. Last year I looked at it and I was like, I'm glad I didn't go. And this year I looked at it and I was like, damn, had a lot of FOMO all weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, it was cool. It was cool, bro. Just like seeing, if you could see those same people like every night, it would just be even better, because like I was fortunate enough to get it every night, but you'd see people like, oh, you've seen them the past 2 nights, and it's like kind of, it's really nice. Like you're becoming better acquaintances. Like I saw Null a bunch of times, and like like he's great. Like it was just nice to hang a couple nights in a row.
Does that give more weight to the concept of NFTs trying to foster community?
Good question.
What do you mean?
Like, we've always heard, like, does community really matter? Everyone thinks community matters inside NFTs. Outside, people are saying, I don't understand the community aspect. So do you think kind of being able to meet people in person at events makes that community aspect better? So you kind of meet them online first, then you see them in person. You're like, hey, this is actually sweet.
No, yeah, it was great. Like, especially with apes, where like the community is so broad, but still there's like pockets of very strong relationships, but always settled by this like camaraderie between apes. So like I could go up to any ape and like feel comfortable saying hi, for example, even though I might not have ever spoken to them online. So in that way, yeah, for sure, it's really good. Like it makes existing bonds better and creates new ones.
Have you guys come across the random like Bored Ape Yacht Club profile on Instagram Reels or somewhere before?
No.
Man, I get lost in reels. Like I'll burn 2 hours of my day just going through reels somehow. I don't know what happens, but it never fails. I'll see like a BAYC profile picture or like a mutant or a dog somewhere.
Really?
So I asked Gordon about the Otherside mint. I was like, dude, what the fuck was up with the Otherside mint? He was like, his reaction was like, dude, I know, man. Like, basically, you know, it was just literally what they said, like unprecedented demand. Like, even though he was like, dude, so many people told us, like, including you, that this would be a problem, and we just like didn't listen because you know the metrics at that point indicated that it wasn't going to be like that. So, and then I was talking about, he seemed the tweet afterward that was like blaming Ethereum. Basically, he didn't seem to like that. You know, even though it was like their thing, like they just had been up so long working on Otherside, like, you know, like a week.
Yeah.
That, you know, there was just a lack of mental clarity, I think. He's like, should we have just, I was like, you should just tweet it like, we fucked up. And he's like, yeah, we should have. Like, that would have been all you needed.
That's great.
I've thought back about that like pretty often over the last month, which says a lot about me as a person, and none of it's good.
Bro, how many Twitter threads did you have on that event?
I think I just complained a lot.
Oh, 100%.
No, but you know, I don't know. We don't need to rehash it, but like, it's, you know, it's a big thing. You know, it's a big event.
Sure. We literally shut down
people...
the blockchain for fucking, what was it, 2 hours, 3 hours?
More, dude. I think it was like 4, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was a long time. I just find it funny that you could have got on your laptop and like, I need to move some money real quick, and been like, oh, that's a 2 ETH fee to move like $1,000.
Dude, yeah, there were a lot of people that had no fucking idea what was happening,
right.
And we're like, and some idiots just like fucking signed it anyways because they don't look at the actual
absolutely
request.
Right. No, that whole event was so ridiculous.
Well, Ethersole snuck in on like the final block by the like sheer luck.
Oh yeah, I got like 9.
Dude, me too. Oh, dude. Oh yeah, I was like 993 something. I was like right
at the very end. Yeah.
I think it was like 15 blocks from the end. I counted.
Damn.
Good times.
What an event that was. I'm just actually shook Ethersole even got in. I think you said you were at a wedding and you're trying to do it like from your phone.
Oh, absolutely. And then I kept having to pull it out, and the girlfriend was like, you know, giving me the stank eye, and like no one at the wedding knows fuck all about Otherside or
but it's like the biggest matter. Like in your world, it's like the biggest thing happening.
Oh, okay. So like, let's even rehash this.
So
okay, let's
weird,
dive in.
Right?
Like basically that morning they were like, or sorry, the day before. So I have this wedding.
Yeah,
whatever,
the timing. Oh,
and they were like, yo, it's going to be at 9 a.m. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm good. Like 9 a.m., dude, we're good. Like I'm in the clear. I can go to this wedding. Like not going to get stank eye. We're good. And
you can mint. You can like be like, time to go to the wedding to have a good time.
I'm chilling. And so then like, what was it? Like later the day before, and then like 6 hours later, they go, oh, by the way, like now it's 9 p.m. I'm like, dude, it's prime time. Like I'm screwed. So yeah, I basically was just sneaking glances at the cell phone, and I only loaded up. I think at that point I had like 1.8 ETH in that wallet.
Well, dude, that morning it was like so much speculation, like what's gas gonna cost, like,
right?
You know, that whole it was like a big, like the whole day was like work.
Yeah, we did that to ourselves.
Yeah, I know. I remember talking to Bender, being like, "Yo, is like 1 ETH good?" And he's like, "Nah, I think like 1.5 maybe." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I got like 1.8." And then what? It was like sustained at 2+ for a while, the whole time, right? Like 2+, and then I think I barely snuck in at 1.8, but like at the very end, I thought I wasn't gonna get it.
What happened? Were you at the wedding? You found out, like you saw,
dude?
success,
Yeah. So
like,
we're on MetaMask Mobile.
Like,
which I set up like the week before. I was like,
How dare you? MetaMask.
I know. Could you
How
imagine?
dare you?
I'm on public Wi-Fi. Everyone close their ears.
Oh
I'm
my
on public,
God.
Oh yeah, public Wi-Fi out here on MetaMask Mobile. I moved. Luckily, I like signed up for the Otherside Mint on like this like burner wallet basically back in the day when you had to do the KYC. So that helped. That helped, right? And then loaded up the 1.8 whatever, and then just like kept trying to push it through, fail, and like I would open up MetaMask again, like sneaking it under
in the background, and they're like introducing Mr.
Right.
and Mrs.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
And you're like trying to speed up your shit.
We're on the dance floor. It's like a slow dance. I got my phone out over the
Over the shoulder.
I'm like, yo, are we good now? And no, and then I think I finally got it through. And I like ran to the bathroom. Was like, oh fuck, I need to check. Like I know it's nearing the end. And then I see and I hit that. It says green success when I like go and click Etherscan. I was through the roof.
You came into Discord, all caps, going crazy.
Oh yeah, I was stoked, bro. I was like, yeah, what the fuck is up? All that shit.
Dude, that was that's like I think it was when the Kennel Club dropped. Gordon had like an anniversary dinner with his girlfriend, so he promised like no phone, so he could only like go into Discord like when he was shitting.
No.
But yeah, it was just funny timing when you're like, you can't let this thing creep into your real life, even though it's like, your whole other world.
Right.
It's like a weird, and like nobody outside of it kind of gives a fuck. Like,
right. I mean, so I guess kind of rewinding, like Tropo, like your background. How did you get into like NFTs and Web3? Were you ever in DeFi and coins and stuff like that, or did you just go straight into NFTs?
I was into like coins a little bit. Excuse me, I need a belch.
Go for it, man.
There we go. I mean, I was in a little bit in like 2017.
Yeah,
and then I just lost money.
Yep.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna learn how to do TA, and I'm like, it's gonna be easy. Like, I'm gonna make money. And turns out I'm not smart, so like it failed. But it was like, still a thing of interest for me. And then previous to this, I was a software engineer, so I knew of blockchain and stuff from a commercial perspective. And I kind of just, after I lost that, I just sort of lost touch with the market, so I didn't participate again until Top Shot, which I have no idea how I even found out about. I think because I was collecting sports cards. It must have been something related to that. And just like went nuts like right away, just dove like super deep into it like that night. Like I was putting my kid to sleep. He was like 1.5. I was laying on the floor next to his crib, and I just saw Top Shot and just went ham, like DMing people, like buying, like sending him money off of Venmo, just like strangers, like $300, like. But I don't know, like there was a trust there, like
yeah,
I could kind of like figure out who was legit, and it's like it is come up again in NFTs, and again like with Celsius, it's like so much of this stuff kind of happens unofficially, whether it's for like in the interest of making a lot of money or just like having a good feeling with somebody. So yeah, got into that, and then learned about like what was actually happening with Top Shot. Like as an engineer, like I wanted to learn, what was under the hood. I knew it was an NFT, but like I didn't understand that concept fully, and then like what chain it was on, and that led me to Ethereum, and then Discord, and then it just went from there.
That's epic. Did you mint Bored Apes?
I did not mint Bored Apes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I really thought you did.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get flamed for asking that question.
No. I couldn't afford it.
So how'd you end up? You just trade your way up, and
No, I won me and two other guys won the first treasure hunt. The first official BAYC treasure hunt. So we each got an ape, and we split an ETH.
no way, that is
Dude.
sweet.
Yeah.
That is the sickest story I think of. That's dope. I had no idea,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome. And so is that your ape today as well?
It's not. It's not my ape, but
Okay.
I had ape 18. So if you look at it on Etherscan, you'll see that my account like originally got it transferred from BAYC, which kind of blows because like that 18 would have got me a claim 18, other deed 18.
Yeah.
That would have been. That's like the second ring,
Right.
But whatever. So no, the next morning after the morning of sellout, I swapped with somebody in Discord for the one I have now. So I've had that since like a day after mint.
Okay, nice. And then you became basically like the most famous Bored Ape for just kicking it in their Discord.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I think I was like maybe like the 30th person in the Discord.
Bro, what?
It was like a week before mint, so like I knew about it.
Yeah.
I was like in there just hanging, but like I couldn't afford it, so that's why I didn't mint any. It was like really like shitty because I've been hanging there since literally the beginning of its existence.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't afford this. Like, I don't, because I didn't want to put any more money in, because I already put in like way more in Top Shot than I ever intended to. And like, if I had not taken profit on that, like I wouldn't be here right now. Because that gave me like not living money, but more of an ability to at least spend time, like an interest in moving deeper.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to put more money in because, like, I had done that before and it was risky. Like,
Right.
I could have easily lost it all.
Oh,
I didn't. But, like, yeah, like, I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, the PTSD of 2017, like, I don't, like, for people that weren't around, like, everything just nuked to zero so fast in early 2018 after pumping so hard. And, like, I don't know many people that honestly made like good money unless you were OOOG back then. And like people are still scarred. Like we'll never touch crypto again type deal. So that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's
My
wild.
first entry was 4/21/21. I joined the Discord. So
Wow.
April. It's about like a week and a half before it sold out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was like well before they sold out.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say life has completely changed. I mean, just off of Bored Ape airdrops alone, I would, venture to assume.
I mean, but like I only had one ape.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, but no, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't say I have freedom by any means. Like I've got kids and a family, so it's like my expenses. I'm thinking more like I want to have enough money to be able to do this for a couple of years. If I don't make any more money, I want to give it that much of a shot, and I want to have enough money to do it.
Right. You're kind of playing the personal runway game where you say, I've got this much runway and I have that much time to put another like length of road on my runway.
Yeah.
Have you guys tried to
like-
explain the airdrops to anybody not in the NFT community?
No.
It's hard. It's impossible.
I've tried, and I'm like, oh, by the way, just got airdropped such and such. It's worth 10K, and they're like, my girlfriend especially, be like, what? Like, what do you mean? Just does like now she gets it, but
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
it's such an insane concept of like, oh yeah, by the way, I was airdropped 12,000 ApeCoin, and it's like, okay, cool, I don't understand fuck all about that. And then it's
my gas airdrop.
it's like, oh, by the way, yeah, that was worth 150K at one point. And then they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, like I think the funniest part is like if you ever go to a tax account or anything and trying to explain to them, they're just like, wait, what? An airdrop? Like what?
So someone just gave you all this money for
Like,
free.
yeah, exactly. Like, wait, you were given $20,000 for free? Okay, so what crime are you committing? Because that doesn't add up.
Right. They're like, no, you can be honest with me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just like tell me. I need to know.
I won't tell anyone. Like, what's really going on here?
Yeah, it is dumb, but like, I mean, it's definitely been for sure life altering, positively.
Absolutely.
So.
I mean, so right now, would you say, are you actively trading? Are you, do you have projects that you have going on, or are you still developing software and trying to do NFTs on the side?
No, this is what I do.
Perfect.
I do this nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah, still definitely like not a lot of trading in terms of actually creating transactions, but more being present. Like just I still lurk in like a bunch of different Discords just to like keep up, and then engaging like conversationally in a handful. So definitely like a lot of needing to pay attention still. Yeah. And then like just Twitter, like tweeting and reading tweets, like I don't know, it's dumb, but like it's part of my job.
No, I do. We're in the same spot. Like, and so that said, like, dude, your Twitter's massive. For those who don't know, I think you're at what, like 170K, 160K followers. Like, is that all?
It's been like 160. Yeah, it's been like 160 for like fucking forever.
Right. I think engagement dried up there.
It's like, the unfollows have reached equilibrium with the follows.
I feel like every time I tweet nowadays, I lose like 5 followers. And then when I don't tweet, I gain those 5 followers back.
They just don't like what you have to say, but like the concept of you as an idea.
Right. And then I say nothing and I like randomly catch a few like probably bot follows, who knows. But would you say most of those are from Bored Apes or just NFTs in general?
There was this cool graph today that was like the most connected apes, and it was like me and BAYC were like the most connected accounts to other apes. That. So, I mean, yeah, definitely a lot, but like also, there are only 10,000 apes. So, like, how many of those follows could be from apes?
Right. That's exactly where my head's at. Is like, that is just some insane. Like, I mean, during the NFT, what were we talking about, Bender? Where we were like, no NFT account has really broken that. Like, what was the barrier? Like 150K is kind of like where the top NFT accounts are right now. If we're just talking about Twitter.
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
Though,
I don't really, like care like that. Like, I don't give it like that much thought. Like, I've never looked. I've looked at my analytics page literally like 4 times maybe ever. Right. Like, I just don't care. Like, it's I don't want to become about that. Like, the only thing I give a shit about is like likes, I guess. But like,
hold on.
But that's more.
Oh God, here we go.
Hold on. There's an analytics page.
You're kidding.
Yeah. No, I have no idea about this. Is it built into Twitter? No.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's not insane. Like, but I'm sure there are tools that do a much better.
Holy shit, it's in the settings.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, I got to turn it on. It says turn analytics on.
Somebody show this guy the door.
Whatever, man.
Oh my God.
I know just enough about Twitter to change the theme to like the black background with the purple buttons. That's like my extent of Twitter knowledge.
My man knows enough about Twitter to write the dankest technical threads Twitter has ever seen, basically.
Yeah, just like good morning and good night.
Right.
You gotta try dim mode, Bender. Ooh. Dim mode is the alpha. Dim mode is the greatest.
Oh, I gotta find it now.
I know
scavenger hunt over here.
I don't know if desktop has dim mode. Mobile has dim mode.
Ooh.
I'm almost always on mobile is the funny part, and I wonder if people know that.
No.
Well, they do now.
I assume, yeah.
They definitely do now. Wait, Tropo, and you stream on Twitch, right? Is that what Bender was?
I have, yeah. I streamed Otherside on Tuesday, and I'll definitely do it again on the 16th, and probably for the next stress test as well.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what Otherside fully turns into, you never know, dude. Like, it could be the next big thing on Twitch or a website like that. I think I've kind of been like waiting to see which NFT game catches on there. Like, gamers kind of have this stigma about NFTs where they don't,
gamers hate them.
They hate NFTs
Dude,
for whatever reason.
They're called digital collectibles.
That's the funniest thing to me is like my boy got me here by saying it's like Counter-Strike skins, and I was like, oh, say no more. Say no more. That's all I needed to hear. So like gamers really have been deep in NFTs. They just didn't know it.
They just don't know it. They love skins. I mean, it's, make it something you own. Like, what? I don't see the big deal in that, but I've been waiting for a game to catch on there, and you never know. Could be Otherside. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, like it's got as better of a chance than anybody else.
Agreed.
I think.
Agreed.
Oh yeah. I am curious about G-Funk and Pixel Vault. They raised money via the Planet Mint last year for a AAA game. It's been in the back of my mind for a while. I don't know what's going on with it, but I keep waiting for a new update.
It's as far as I know, and I don't know anything, there'll be some kind of blockchain intermediary game whilst the development of the FPS is concluding.
That makes sense. And blockchain just
something
fits
to do with
so
these
well
assets.
for gaming.
Yeah. Dude, but like if you could have, exactly. Like it's not, people are like, oh, you're not going to take your skin from one game and put it into another. Like, okay, maybe not. But like, yeah, you could use parts of the data and have that influence.
But why can't I? Why can't I?
That might happen. But like in a franchise, in an ecosystem, within one publisher, within one franchise, it makes complete sense. Like if you have a sequel, why not have those things be tokens that carry over that can be traded between releases?
See, I agree entirely, but I think you could have them be transferable. Like I think you could take a Counter-Strike skin and say like you've got a like the Glock, like the starting weapon as the on T side. You could have a skin like that fits like Rainbow Six, it fits PUBG, it fits Call of Duty.
Yeah. I think that's what in ambition of Otherside is to prove that out, that you can take other tokens, given some effort, which is the SDK, which we know has to happen, utilize that thing in something else. So like the better the experience is, I think, in Otherside for not apes, the more that message will be heard.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it has to morph away from like these siloed games and be more like a Ready Player One experience where it's like these open world, like, do you know GTA RP has this like insane community on Twitch?
Yeah.
And so a game like that, but also, aside for casual players that, can go into all the same world,
single player experience.
Yeah. And right? You could be whatever you want to be, but it's all the same world. And then there's like mini games in there. Like you could maybe hop into a sort of Counter-Strike server, if you will, like within that world, like,
yeah,
a whole experience. I think like it kind of has to start over though. As to where if like going to implement it into old games, it's kind of tough because each studio is going to want to sell their own NFTs. And some of the skins might look similar and stuff like that.
I think they just gotta give it to them. Like if you want to talk about getting to that point, like just give people the token that represents whatever the current state is, and that's part of the transition.
Right.
Yeah, that's not a bad outlook.
You could even do that silently. Like it doesn't need to be. At Ape Fest, somebody said that Xbox achievements were NFTs. They're NFTs.
That's actually
kind of blew my mind. It's like,
Yeah.
that's a good, like, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, because you technically can't transfer those though, right? So, but it's like, they're almost like posts.
But it's right. They're on, they're on their Microsoft's private Xbox blockchain.
Right. And they kind of like say achievements that you've, racked up over your gaming career, if you will.
You can't, you don't want to fuck with, like, a database could be altered, right? I think that's the idea with these achievements. Like, they put so much emphasis on the achievement, even if it's achieved in some fucking shitty way, like bullshit way. Like, regardless, like, it's permanent. We can't fuck with the achievements. Make it an NFT.
Yeah. And then I wonder if, like, so that creates this whole separate side of it, right? So like we have these NFTs that you can trade and stuff. Like maybe you're a gamer who's just on there 24/7, and then you have some guy who's like never playing but has a ton of money and wants to buy this achievement that you've unlocked from multiple hours of playing said game. But then there's these ones that are like, I think Vitalik's even mentioned it, but like soul-bound NFTs, where it's like it stays with the account and they just don't move, and it shows, certain stats that you've racked up for achievements.
Sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah, with an achievement, something that's like your account is still siloed in the sense that it's for this one system only. It's for Reddit, it's for Xbox. But yeah, I think that makes sense to have soulbound tokens in that case.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna, unless you really want to get into like, this should be decentralized, then like, in which case, like, I don't think so.
I think soulbound tokens work really well as like a statistic for the account or some sort of long-lived thing you build out.
A log.
Yeah, exactly. I think Vitalik, he built Ethereum out of what? His World of Warcraft character got nerfed. I think he played Rogue or something, and he got nerfed, and he was like...
Warlock.
He's like, that's bullshit. Like,
really?
Yeah, it all came from World of Warcraft and a nerf that really hit him hard.
That's incredible.
It's like, I feel it. I feel it at my core. And it just seems to me like the blockchain is such a great medium for some level of like gaming. I would love to see it get there.
Which is why, I mean, so, he's had his comments about, $1 million monkeys on the blockchain being boarded, and so I wonder how you'd feel about something like Otherside when it eventually takes off and, maybe it's an MMO or whatever it ends up being, but you would have to think that he takes some pride in seeing it and is stoked.
I would think.
Yeah,
like, it's a very good question. Like, does he reflect on what's happening on the blockchain? He's like, I don't give a shit. It's like if you invented like a road. Like, do you care what's happening on the road?
Fucking semi-trucks.
There's a lot of dumb shit going on the road.
Right.
Speaking of the road, I hate minivans. It's a random tangent. I cannot stand minivans.
Are you talking like a Sienna or like what? Just
Dude, all of them.
Standard minivan? Oh.
All of them.
Highlander?
If it's a minivan, man, it's...
So I'm guessing you're never going to drive a minivan.
No. I would rather drive anything else.
No, isn't this the classic path of the minivan owner, though?
I was just about to say that. Someone needs to literally book this and book this clip and put it on the blockchain and literally send it as a soulbound NFT to Benders.
I do not give me a minivan.
Yeah. Soulbound it to his minivan.
Right.
Like I don't care that they have TVs in them now or like a PS5. I don't give a fuck. I do not ever want to be in a minivan.
Dude, they've had TVs in them since I was a kid. That's like 3 decades ago.
Okay, that's pretty cool, but I still hate them.
Okay. What about this? ENS, real quick. Y'all seen the hype, right?
As I pronounce it.
Enos?
Yeah.
That makes it better for me.
So ENS is basically where you like register a domain name, right? Like something.com, but it's .eth. And so everyone's going wild.
It's more like it's like your address, your phone number, your email address, your bank account number, like all in one.
Right. And everyone's going wild now minting like 1.eth, 2. Whatever, like, you know, all the way up to like I think people are doing emojis, right?
You can't. I don't think you can mint 1.eth right now, right? I don't think it's available.
Oh no, it's taken, right? Like everyone's taken like 1 through.
Is it
probably
taken?
100,000?
Like, is it available to actually mint?
No.
Oh yeah, right?
Like, or has it been taken?
Oh no, it's taken. Like, there's this whole craze of people minting numbers 1 through like 100,000.
Yeah, they're just at a digit. Like, eventually, the digit will be the same length as your address, and that will be the meta. Like,
right. So you're not in on this Enos stuff.
No, I am.
Okay. Well, there you go.
The only Enos I bought was Spanish bigass.eth because I tweeted about it. So I wanted to I don't want to like front that I didn't have the Enos. So I registered it before I tweeted.
I saw that tweet. I thought you were fucking around.
No, I actually own it.
Oh my god!
No, but
what was
like.
It? Like 222.eth sold for 100 ETH like the other day.
So, I mean, the biggest risk is like, what if Ethereum isn't it? Like, that's right. Right.
Yeah. You got to go on Solana and start getting those.
Or yeah, what if it's a combination of cross, chains and cross chains? I don't know. Like,
yeah. Have you dabbled in Solana NFTs, by the way?
Hold on, let's not move off from ENS.
Okay,
I've got a lot of feelings here. I want to know. Got a lot of feelings.
I want to know everything about Tropo. Okay.
I'm into it. Like, dude, it was probably a year ago. I just registered like a bunch of like the same 5-digit or 5 emoji Enuses. I was like, whatever. I'll find the top 3 most popular emoji. Register the shortest Enos that I can of that emoji and like see what happens. Like, that didn't happen. I should have been registering like, Steve.eth at that point. But like, I still think and thought at that time and still do that it's significant. The question obviously is like, where does it become dumb to speculate versus what's an practical ENS, which I do think has a lot of value.
Yeah, same. Totally agree. ENS is like the phone book for Ethereum blockchain, which breaks that kind of notion of like we're a pseudo-anonymous environment where like you can go to your ENS and put your email on there, a URL like your personal website. Well,
yeah, but like it's as anonymous as you want it to be, though.
True.
And it's as anonymous how you want it to be. I can put my name as TropoFarmer, and that can be my identity. That can be my name for really like all intents and purposes because I own the wallet of that address that controls it. So like, not legally speaking, but whatever the Web3 equivalent could be, that's me. And that I'm doing that how I want to do it.
Yeah, I think that notion of ENS makes sense. Like, I have the one for my handle, and I think that's like where it's like the end of it making sense, though. Like, I looked like that's it. Like, it's just like it's you own the one that is you, or your domain squatting on like Nike.eth or Adidas.eth or like the WhiteClaw.eth. Like, and that's fine. Like, I get it. I understand like the
WhiteClaw.eth. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good, and it's a notion to. Yeah, I do. It's right over here. Wait,
you got WhiteClaw.eth?
No, I have White Claws.
Oh.
Slightly different.
Yo, shout out White Claw, by the way, if you want to sponsor the podcast. Bye.
I've never had a White Claw in my life. Like, what is that about?
It's like if you took a LaCroix, which has like a seltzer water, has like a hint of flavor, and then you added some like fake alcohol to it.
That works.
I mean, I know why they're good. I've never had one before.
They're not bad. If you have to have a seltzer, like an alcoholic seltzer, it's high noon all the way.
Well, don't those have
I had the other day was
vodka in it? As opposed to like the other ones have like
a sugar-based alcohol.
What else do they have?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the high noon has real vodka in it, and it's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Back to ENS though.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I just tried I just tried hard Mountain Dew.
What?
I saw it at this.
Okay.
Hard. Okay.
I'm
I saw it
typing
at the
away.
liquor store, and I was like, I'm gonna try that. And there's like 3 different flavors in the 12-pack, and it's not very good.
Oh,
But
I
it's
mean,
like it's fine. It's fine.
right.
It's worth a
fine.
try.
It's
It's worth one. I'm not gonna get it again,
Okay.
but it's worth one.
1 12-pack or 1 1?
I think 1 12-pack to experience the different flavors.
I looked them up. I got excited when I saw the red one, hoping it was Code Red coming back.
Code Red's the greatest. Diet Code Red is one of the greatest drinks ever.
I secretly look for it every time I go grocery shopping. I stop back the soda section and look for it. My girlfriend's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm just like checking out the LaCroix flavors.
You don't want to tell her that you're obsessed with Code Red?
No, it's like a shameful secret that I share with like myself and now
What
you
are you
two.
doing back
She's
there?
about to know now.
No,
so,
Sam.
yeah.
Just looking at these lime LaCroix, walk away sad.
Dude, I told you I had like 100 episode podcast, and I don't think my wife listened to a single episode.
You
and
do.
like I liked it that way. Yeah, I did.
What?
Yeah, I did. I've done podcasting before. I was with a show. When was it? The late 90s? No, the late aughts. Yeah, did like 100 episodes.
Dude, that was like before podcasting was really even.
Not that far, dude. Not that far. It was like 2009 maybe.
Still though, that's
2010?
like early days. That's awesome. What was it about?
It was literally this, but like the games version.
Video games or board games?
Video games.
Had to ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, on that same topic, where did TropoFarmer come from?
It's nonsense, dude. Like,
What is a Tropo?
I was playing The Sims on PS2, like online, which is one of the sorriest things any human could be doing. But I was on voice chat, which makes it even worse. But I was alone in my apartment for the summer because my roommates went back home. But I was talking to a woman. Okay.
Okay, good,
Okay.
good.
And she says, "What's your AIM handle?"
Oh boy.
And I didn't want to give her the one I had, so I started saying letters. And that's what I ended up with.
I just started making letters up as I went.
So
And then I registered it, and we started. Nothing happened. It's not like that became my wife or anything. So that would've been cool. That's where it came from.
The notion of it's kind of cool. I looked up the word tropo and like what the root word means, and it means change or turning. It's like you're the farmer of change,
Oh,
which is kind of neat. It depends which way you look at it. Like change in terms of like nickels, dimes, and quarters, or like just like a new thing coming. Both are kind of cool
I was
concepts.
picturing like an old man in a wheat field, like looking up to the sky as the wind rustles his crops.
Ooh, nice little like
change
the
is coming.
sunset.
I like that. The new thing coming.
Is this an NFT crypto show? What are we talking about?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is when we devolve. If anyone even makes it this far, this is when they get the real stuff.
Dude, this is literally how our episodes would go. It'd be like we'd talk kind of serious for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Things would get a little off the rails after that, and by the end, you'd be like, "If anybody's still here, bless you. I love you."
Like a small apology.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like the first hour is like good content. The next is welcome to like who we are as people, which is part of the fun, right?
That is definitely the fun.
Okay, I'm going back to ENS again because I want to talk about this topic.
Yeah, your thoughts.
My thoughts. People need to stop domain squatting and trying to sell me them. Like I keep having people try to sell me different variations of my handle.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
I've never gotten
once.
that.
What?
I've never had that happen.
Okay, now I'm convinced it's somebody fucking with me.
Dude, this happens like I'll see a tweet like, man, somebody will tweet, I've had to turn down like so many celebrities because of how they're approaching Web3. Well, I'm like, I haven't had a fucking single celebrity DM me. Like, what am I on here?
I don't think I've had any celebrities either. But if I did, I would like shamelessly fangirl over them. my favorite one,
like people, I guess.
That counts. He was on talk show with Jimmy Fallon.
No, he's great.
He's a household name as far as NFTs go.
We saw each other like so many times at VCon. It was like I met him at VCon, which is fun.
I heard he is very small.
No, who said that?
Someone said he was really short.
He's not short.
Somebody
what happens is like, no, he's like laughing so much, and he's like so stoned. Like you can't ascertain his true height because he's like bending around so much. You know?
I love that.
He's kind of blurry. That's what I'm saying.
It just leans so heavy into like his art too, which is perfect. That's what I want from him.
No, he's I would say he's of average size. Yeah.
That's wild.
Like, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would be like he's short. I never thought that.
Yeah, I put a tweet out and I was like, how tall is everybody at Ape Fest? And someone was like, Beeple is shorter than I thought. And I was like, that's okay.
That doesn't mean he's short though. That just means their expectation was that he was tall.
That's an intelligent take that I just did not have. I was like, oh, he's like 4'10". Okay. Some people are small. I get it.
Yeah, he's fun. We've run into each other a few times.
That's awesome. I'll make it to a crypto event at some point.
Yeah, what's going on here? What's the story?
What's on why I don't go to anything?
Yeah, when were you at Ape Fest?
Oh, I'm an idiot. That's the short end. Man, like I said, I had huge FOMO. No, I have like this. No. Okay, I've got this big belief in crypto being like pseudo-anonymous. Like it should be exactly as it was designed, the way Satoshi saw it, of like, I am like a number, like it's a Swiss bank account. You have an ID number. And then you kind of break that veil once you start meeting people. And it says, okay, this is who this person is, this wallet is. And it kind of like unveils your entire financial life. Like the last thing I want is
there's a lot of exposure for sure.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Okay, I now know who you are, and I know everything in your wallets, and it kind of just like gets a little too close for comfort. So
I don't know.
Thought about how to handle that personally, and I don't know.
There's a lot of ego going on here.
You think?
Yeah,
because I don't like that.
You could go and not be Bender.
You
realize
exactly
right?
this.
Yeah, and that's the conclusion I came to because I really felt bad about not going to Ape Fest.
Yeah, you don't need to tell anyone who you are.
Exactly.
You could just be there. You could be there and not say who you are, why you're there, how you got there, and just have a good time.
That's my plan for the next event.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people were doing that, which is like fucking cool. Like,
oh yeah, and
people didn't want like
is literally to tell everyone that I'm Bender.
That's fine, honestly. Like I'll take that.
I bet we get this guy a couple White Claws, and he's gonna be telling everyone who he is.
Yeah, he'll be. Yeah, he won't be able to resist the attention. Like,
dude,
for sure.
I actually fucking hate it. I went to a 4th of July party, and there's three.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
What do you hate?
Okay, this is what I hate. I went to a 4th of July party, and I walked in, and I hadn't seen my buddy in like 2 weeks. He's like, "Hey, I love the podcast," and I was like, "Huh?
Wait,
what's wrong with that?"
Because like,
cool.
It was super cool, but I was like, oh no, like I'm embarrassed. Like I don't want like that's like a private part of my life. Like I don't want to be known for this. Like I just want to be me in real life.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you're like how I am. Like online you like being a personality. And excuse me, I got a belch.
Yeah.
In like an event like Ape Fest, I don't know if you'd be able to resist being a personality, even though like for your benefit you don't know, people don't know what you look like. Like when I went there, people were like, I would walk around and people would just be like yo, Tropo, what's up? And just say hi, take a pic. Like it was sick, but that happened like a lot. and I like it. Like, it's cool. Like, it's great to meet people, and it's great when like people introduce themselves to you, because then it's so much easier for someone who's like introverted like me to actually meet them, because they're reaching out first. So, but then privately, like, you're sort of, I don't know, maybe like not ashamed is the wrong word, but like I feel like it's just misunderstood maybe about like what this is.
Yeah, I would say it's like two separate worlds, right? And what's going to be hilarious is when this turns into the Joe Rogan of crypto podcast, and Bender just is like on the earphones of all his family members when crypto eventually becomes, the world currency. But
Dude, I'll still be anonymous. Is the beauty of that.
Yeah, but how do you already have friends knowing who you are on the podcast? That's hilarious.
It's because there's 3 people who know who I am.
Got it.
And that's how I ended up in the Discord with you, as one of them, and they were there, and
it was nice though. They said a good thing about it, right? It's not like they were like, "Dude, your show's like fucking shit."
Yeah,
the fuck. Like,
yeah,
right.
They were like supportive of it. It was a nice thing.
That was a shocking part though, because in my head I'm like, oh, only like 3 people know who I am, and I walked in front of like 12 people. He says this, and someone else goes, "You have a podcast?" And I was like, "Nah, no, I don't. Like, I don't know what he's talking about." I totally lied to these people. It's like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Dude, you just lied to your friends because you're ashamed of what you do.
Oh, I lied to my family about all this. They have no idea.
It's like, I feel that, dude, man. It's like, do you want to, like, my mother-in-law, like, I don't know what she feels about, like, what I do. Like, is this sustainable for like her grandkids? That's what I think about that when I see her.
Right, that's a different pressure too. That's a way different pressure.
Yeah. But it's not. It's like, I don't. To be honest, like, to her credit, like, I don't feel pressure from her. I don't feel pressure from me about her. But it is like our reality, like, that exists. That thought exists, and like, we've acknowledged it.
Right. Yeah, my girl asked me last night, she was like, "What if there's never another bull market?" And I was like, we don't think that way. We don't think that way.
Dude, that's a fucked up question. What the
I
fuck?
know. It was like 10 p.m.
She's like, "Dude, what if you die like in your sleep tonight?" Like, what the fuck?
Like, how do I answer that?
It's a bear market.
Dude, that was
question.
harsh.
It's a bear market.
It was a bear market question.
Yeah.
You're like, "Geez, Christ, I was trying to like focus on watching Love, Death, Robots, and I fixated on this concept of my entire existence being." Dude, but for real, like, this was me at NFT NYC, like Monday, the first day. I was going to the Pixel Vault party, and like in an Uber, because like I didn't want to take the subway because of the the anxiety. And like the whole way there, I was thinking, like, what if this is like it? Like, what if this doesn't work? I had this like dread on the way to like this pizza party, this fucking like pizza party. And I don't know. Sometimes I like have those thoughts, and it's never when I'm around the people that it would affect. It's when I'm like by myself, like in that case where I'm like in an Uber in New York City, like, 2,000 miles away. And then I get to the place, and I like forget I ever thought that. It becomes like, if I were to ask myself that question at that point, not in the Uber, but like at the pizza party, I would just dismiss it. Like, yeah, it's a dumb question. Like, yeah, of course, like, things are going to be shitty. Things will be good again. Things will be shitty. Things will be, it will happen like that.
Yeah.
It's just so weird how that feeling changes.
Right. A slice of pepperoni will do that. But yeah, no. Like, I think if you're not questioning your own conviction, pepperoni. If you're not questioning your own conviction, it's like, I mean, you might be insane, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Like, you have to, right? It's just a natural part of this. But I think, you know, we made it here. Yeah, and we're here for the ride, right? And we're sticking through it. And I think, you know, we all have the reasons that we're bullish on this space. I mean, it's still tiny. Especially the NFT space is actually insanely small in the grand scheme, right? Of course, you have people questioning who's going to buy, you know, this NFT for this amount, who's going to play this game for X amount, whatever. But in the grand scheme, this whole space, crypto in general, 1 trillion market cap, right? That is half of Apple, and this is something that's worldwide. So I think it's natural to have those, you know, those moments of doubt, and they're healthy, right? To question the long-term outlook, but overall, you know, I think we're here for the right reasons.
Jumpman put out a statistic. I thought it was yesterday. It was like 3 weeks ago. I have a horrible perception of time, apparently. 5,504 wallets have realized a profit of 50 ETH or more in NFTs.
Yeah.
That's a tiny number.
Yeah.
But it's also like kind of a dumb statistic. Right? It's like based on profit. But like, what's the statistic about like how it's you know, how has it like improved your life? That's what I'm more interested in.
I like that. That's a super optimistic statistic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Super bullish on that, to be honest.
And here's my take too of, you know, my girlfriend asked me that question. So like, what if there's ever another bull market? And this is like the right, not advice, but like the outlook for everyone, in my opinion, is then like you're just kind of back where you were. You're still doing what you were doing. Yeah. You're working your job like you would have done normally. And if you were right and you kind of put your eggs in a basket and it hits hard, you might have changed your life. So it's a win-win scenario where you end up back where you were, or you catapult to somewhere else.
If you do it responsibly.
Exactly. Take the opportunity.
Like, who the fuck knows? Yeah.
Like you said, give yourself a window. You know, I think that's a smart way to do it.
Not only that, but like give, you know, like I'm afraid to do it. Bender is clearly afraid to do it, to like solicit the opinions of those around you. IRL. Granted, they might not know what the fuck you're talking about, but like just still they have a perspective and they know your actual life situation, hopefully, and can have some good input.
That's my problem, is I'm around so many like engineers and developers that are just like every damn day they're like, dude, blockchain's dead. And I'm like, I'm writing JavaScript, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck what your opinion on the blockchain is. It's like if I solicited the opinion of the people around me, they'd be like, dude, how are you a developer? You're a moron. Like, all right, yeah, fuck me, I guess.
All right, I don't mean not so much from like the technical side, but like the understanding of Bender as a person side.
Dude, that's deep.
Yeah, I was about to say, I love that. I can't wait to hear how he responds. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't even have a response. I'm speechless. Bender as a person.
They need to know.
Who apparently, but you don't want to be a person.
No, I am. That's like my biggest thing is like I fucking hate Twitter. Is the funny part.
You want to be Bender.
No, I'm like
Bender online. You don't want to be Bender IRL.
No, because that's not the purpose of it. Like, I hate the concept of going to like Ape Fest and be like, I've got like 30,000 followers. I'm like a hot shit. Come talk to me. Like, no, that's fucking bullshit, man. Like, we're all people at the end of the day.
But hang on, but that was like me. I didn't go that way.
Right. So like the ego side of it, I hate the ego side of it. Like, I love the concept of crypto normalizes everyone. It equalizes the playing field. Like, I could be trading with, you know, Elon Musk for some like crypto dick or something. But like behind like the privacy of crypto, like I don't know that this is like one of the richest men in the world. It's just like some dude I'm talking to on Discord.
No, but like that, but that happens at A-Fest, like, and it happens because you know who the person is. So you're afraid of it, but like it happens in a positive way. For example, like, you know, you meet somebody who has a couple gold apes, for example, or, you know, like a shitload of very high-end apes, or like Franklin, they have like 50 50 plus apes. Like, that doesn't matter at that point. It's interesting. It kind of gives you a context for the conversation, but like, those people still ask, like, how's your ape fest? Like, how's your night? Like, how's it going? Like, they're still as anonymous in that way as anybody else.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. And I think my fear is being seen as different or treated differently because I have some like Twitter account. That's what I don't want. I just want to be like a normal person at the end of the day.
Got it.
I mean, but I think that happened to me. Like, I will give you my account of how that happened.
So it's an unfounded fear. So I'm just kind of a little crazy.
It just hasn't happened yet, I think, maybe.
I mean, it's a fear, so it's like, I don't know. It's legit, right? That's why you didn't go. So it's a legit thing. But I would say, like, your experience, if you do it as Bender, will be substantially different, but I think substantially better.
Really? Is that because you kind of think there's like a sense of...
Because people like you.
So you kind of get to meet people that you interact with online, and they know who you are to begin with.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's like the fun side. Like, I'd love to connect with people.
What's the bad side?
I have like this intense like fear of being treated differently or like giving preferential treatment because of this, and I don't like that. Okay,
so like, that's up to you. You can choose to do that or not. Like, I'd say like Ape Fest. Like, I'm not an Ape Fest VIP, but I was like in the Ape Fest VIP section, and I kind of like felt that because I was like, the first night, like, I went up there, and it was like in the back of the area, back of the concert area, but like elevated with like security guards. And it was like on full display. And, if you look at like tweets and shit on Monday night, it's like, what the fuck? Like, VIP section is all Instagram models, or it's no apes in there. But like, there definitely were apes in there. Like, I like more apes than I was expecting. And I think they just, like me, just kind of like snuck in or like went in with somebody. But after that, I was like kind of off to the side, and like it was not as like obvious that there was a separation. Which again goes back to kind of my feeling about Ape Fest apes being VIP. But like, I did feel weird being there for sure. But like, it was cool because I had these conversations that like I kind of could do on behalf of apes in a way with people that weren't necessarily apes or were like high level apes, and be an ambassador of sorts. So like, that was what I took from that like different experience, is that I tried to use it in some way as like a benefit for the people who weren't able to partake.
You have really good optimistic outlooks. It like challenges me as a person where I'm like, man, like, do I need to rethink how I viewed this whole thing?
Well, yeah, because you didn't do it. Like, I think it would have been good. Like,
yeah, I regret not going, and I prefaced my decision to not go based on how last year looked via Twitter. And since this year looked so good, and I've heard great things from everybody, like, there's no way I'm missing it next year.
But dude, there's gonna be more. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, there's gonna be more things to go to. So don't worry about it too much that you missed it. Like, there'll be Ape Fest 2023. Go to that.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we should have a Bender booth at Ape Fest 2023.
Oh my god!
So walk up, meet Bender, take a picture, and say what you want to say.
Plot twist, it's just Ethersole in the booth.
Exactly.
I'm one booth over, just kind of eating a hamburger, watching.
Like, yo, Bender's the shit.
Dude, that's like the thing, is like, I look back at my tweets and I'm like, man, was I kind of an asshole there? Like, I feel bad. Like, I have this intense feeling of guilt all the time.
Oh, dude, I was like such a fucking asshole. Like, enormous. But that's the thing about like actually going to these events is like you gain a little bit of humanity and you become less of an asshole, or you become an asshole about things that are more worth being an asshole about.
Ooh, things worth being more of an asshole about, like my disdain for minivans.
Right. The wisdom that's been dropped on this podcast has me just pondering right now. So
If you drive a minivan, just unfollow me.
Minivan hit it all around the world. They're just in shock right now.
Dude, I sent a tweet like, I don't know how long ago, weeks ago or something, and somebody amazingly put together this narrative of like the I hate minivan Twitter handle and the I love minivan Twitter handle, and just made this entire deep story between the two of them. I had so much fun reading it. It was absolutely wild. And all off of one tweet, 'cause I saw like a minivan cut me off on the road or something.
I mean, that's not the minivan's fault. That's the driver.
Tropo, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to like have every insightful thought that comes through your mind and just say, Bender can't handle this.
Yeah.
And just filter it.
Exactly, dude. I need it too, by the way, so just loop me in there.
That's
I've been getting fucked over.
Oh my god.
I had this great this concept of what we should do, and it was actually not my idea, someone else's idea, but we should pick a collection and have the other people guess what the high price and the low price is of that collection.
Oh god. All right.
As like a segment on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Have an outsider come in and then see what they say.
Pick one. Just go to.
Yeah, no. I think we do it right now. This is Dylan's idea.
Go to OpenSea rankings and pick like something in like the 150 plus all-time volume range.
All-time volume? Okay.
I think all-time volume.
And I will describe what the NFT collection looks like. You guys have to pick what the highest sale was, what the lowest sale was.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh man, this actually makes me feel worse because in the all-time 150, there's a lot of stuff I recognize that's fallen far from the top. Oh man. Okay, I've got a good one. All right, it's a pixelated collection. It's made up of humans with various kind of futuristic traits, and it's called Chain Runners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Runners.
Yeah. So pretty well known.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. So I think you
we're
both
guessing
have probably
all-time
heard of it.
all-time high and floor.
All-time high and floor, current floor. So what's the all-time highest sale?
Oh god. I'm gonna say I'm feeling 50 to 70. I'm gonna say like 72.
Okay.
Wow. I'm gonna say
This is Price is Right rules. Closest without going over.
Oh, God.
Okay, yeah. As it should
Chain
be.
Runners highest sale 42.69 ETH.
You should have, dude. You should have guessed $1. Why didn't you guess $1?
No, I'm out here.
Price is Right rules, dude.
I'm channeling my inner Tropo right now, just being a genuine human being.
$1 would have been the best.
$1.
Okay, now do I tell you the answer to that question before we do the floor, or do we do floor next?
Okay, yeah, do the floor right now. So
Let's do
current
floor. Okay. 0.27.
Wow. I'm going to say 0.01 ETH.
Ooh, that's a bear market bid
Okay.
right there.
That's a Price is Right bid.
That's Price is Right bid. Okay.
And I actually think that.
Oh, God, do you? Holy shit. Oh, dude, if your Price is Right bid as the last bidder is the same as the floor price, like, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
That tells where we're at.
Okay, the highest all-time sale. 146 ETH.
Man, get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
It's double my
Big.
guess.
Wow.
It's 100 ETH over the second highest sale.
Okay. What was the second highest?
The second highest was 47.
Okay.
So it's an anomaly.
It's an anomaly. So
Okay.
the average is 47, 44 for the highest sales. 0.24.
Wow.
Yes.
You almost nailed that.
Yeah.
I'll give
did I
that
say,
to you.
0.25?
You nailed that. You nailed
Okay.
that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. All right.
I
Pretty
mean,
good.
that's a pretty solid way to close it out here. That was that's an epic win right there.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Yeah. I mean, I know I speak for Bender, but awesome time with you, Tropo, man. This has been
I appreciate it.
a great
This is fun.
podcast. We loved having you on. Hope everyone enjoys it. If not, doesn't matter. So, but yeah, thanks for listening. But this has been great. Maybe we'll do it again.
Maybe not, dude. Like, for real. I'm not. I'm not familiar with Ethersole's Twitter like I am with Bender, of course.
Bendor.
I got Bender on notifications.
Do you actually?
I do, yeah.
We love
I'm sorry for the shit posting sometimes.
I
Like, I
don't
stay up
have many
really late,
people.
man, and I post some stupid shit at like 4 a.m. my time.
have Ghosts, Hunter, a couple of artists, Dylan, Anonymized, Bender. What are your teeth made out of? He tweeted.
Exactly. See, I apologize.
Ghosts, DC Investor, Nate Alex, Alan Henna,
some legends right there.
Beeple. Yeah, those are my notifications. Not keyboard. Dylan. Yeah.
I can't even find my notifications. Like, I do not know how to use Twitter.
Jesus. Yeah.
We're learning too much about me.
I know. Dude. I don't know. I don't want to know what comes out next. We'll save it for episode 4.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Like, it was great. Like, I love you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, it was
man.
awesome. Thanks
This
for
has been
coming.
a great
man.
time. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.